was a young American, all the way from Washington. A breadwinner begs off the bathroom floor. We lived for just these 20 years. Do we have to die for the 50 more? And all night, he was a young American.
This is Bill Kurelic here on our Bucknuts one-on-one feature with one of the country's top 2016 running backs, Robert Washington from Huntersville, North Carolina. Welcome, and thanks for being a guest today, Robert.
Oh, thank you for having me, too.
Robert, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, your height, your weight, your speed, that type of thing.
Well, right now, I'm 5'10", 210, and I run about a 4.5 electric time in the 40. I'm hopefully getting down to a 4.4 at this camp coming up soon, Saturday, so it's about a 4.5, 4.4 in the 40. So I stay in Huntersville, North Carolina. I go to Southlake Christian Academy, and I play running back for the Eagles.
And you play it very, very well. You had a huge sophomore season, rushing for over 2,500 yards and 28 touchdowns, I believe. But you also were a varsity starter your freshman season for Southlake Christian Academy. Tell me a little bit about your first two seasons of varsity football.
Well, my first season of varsity football, I only played half of the season. My freshman year, because I got injured the first half. I rushed for 1,000 yards. I rushed for over 1,000 yards. I was a max prep All-American. Actually got my first offer my 8th grade year before my freshman year. So, and then my sophomore year, this year I was the nation's leading rusher for sophomores. I had 2,512 yards and 12 touchdowns. So I was the leading sophomore rusher. And we won the state championship the first time in school history this year. So it was a really productive year for our team.
Well, with all that in mind, it's not hard to believe that you already have about 30 scholarship offers, I believe, including Ohio State. Tell me about some of your biggest offers.
Well, one of my biggest offers is Ohio State, obviously. Tennessee, Notre Dame, Stanford, Syracuse, Vanderbilt, Nebraska, Arizona State, just really all over Mississippi State, Ole Miss, places like that.
And you mentioned Ohio State as one of your offers, of course, or big offers. You were up here in Columbus in mid-April. You visited Ohio State. Tell our listeners about that visit with Ohio State.
Well, Ohio State was great. I had a great time with Coach Drayton and Coach Urban Meyer. I spent about 2 hours with Coach Drayton. This on a whiteboard. We was going over plays. He showed me the main zone play. They use Carlos Hyde a lot, and he showed me my film, and he asked me to tell him the things that I was thinking during the film. Because, you want to get kind of inside of the player's mind. And then he showed me Carlos Hyde film, how he rushed for 1,500 yards in college football, which is a very productive year, and he was the Big Ten running back of the year. So we watched that, and we just talked, and we got on the whiteboard a little bit, and he just explained to me his philosophy on coaching a player, what he wants to bring out of that running back. He wants the best running back in the Big Ten. He doesn't settle for anything else, or the best running back in the country, the Heisman Trophy winner. So, and then I got a chance to meet Coach Urban Meyer, which was a great experience in itself, because he's a legendary coach. He is, besides Nick Saban, is one of the greatest coaches who's living right now and coaches college football. So, I was shocked. I'm sitting there just with my mouth open when he walked in. I'm like, this is Urban Meyer talking to me, and he extended an offer, and he said I'll commit anytime he wants, and he said he really wants me to be a Buckeye. So.
But that's pretty impressive that he tells you that. And are you starting to develop a relationship with Urban Meyer and the Ohio State staff?
I am. I'm really developing a great relationship with Coach Drayton, because he is my position coach. I'm be spending a lot of time. Mainly the most of the time I am. If I do go to Ohio State in 4 years, I'm be spending most of my time with him. So I'm building a great relationship with Coach Drayton, and we've been talking. We talk about it almost every week now, and we're just building this relationship, because I do plan to narrow my schools down coming this December. So we're just building relationships. Ohio State is definitely a top contender for me.
This is Bill Kurelic with North Carolina running back and Ohio State target, Robert Washington, one of the country's top 2016 prospects. Robert, you mentioned to me your plan for narrowing down your long list of schools when I talked to you earlier today. What is that plan as far as getting things down to a more manageable number?
Well, my plan this summer is fall really is that I plan to just talk to all coaches. I'm open right now to all coaches. You know, I don't want to cut no schools out. So I'm just building a relationship with all coaches now, and then coming maybe my junior year, maybe before my junior year or like during my junior year, basically before December, just cut down my schools to 10 or 15. I haven't decided yet, but just really cut my schools down to then 10 or 15, just focus on those guys and build better relationship with those coaches. And then after that happens, I'm going to cut it down to probably 5, and then I'm going to cut it down, you start narrowing it down to 3 and then 2, and then you got the top 2, and then I'm going to commit probably some time in the spring after signing day of 2015. So that's my plan for my commitment, because I do plan to graduate early from high school and go into college. I want to be an early enrollee.
And just judging from everything you've said and told me, you've got a pretty good plan, a pretty set plan in mind already. And you mentioned Ohio State is a top 10 school to you. So would it be pretty safe to say that when you make that first cut, the Buckeyes don't have to worry too much about being left out?
Well, just the Buckeyes don't have to worry at all, because Ohio State is a really good school for me, and I love the way they use Carlos Hyde this year, and I love Urban Meyer. It would just be a blessing to play under him, and I love Coach Drayton as well. So the Buckeyes have nothing to worry about.
I can tell you for sure that you're making the Ohio State fans listening to this happy hearing those words. But what will be the most important factors when you finally make your college choice, Robert?
Well, 3 big things for me when I come to school, I look at a school is the social life, because you know that you only spend a short period of time playing college football during the season. Then the rest of the time you have to be around the people of Ohio State. You have to be around the campus without your football team. And then number one thing is academics. Do they have a great degree that's viable? Do they have my major? And, the main reason I'm even there at the first point, football. Do they play top-notch football, which Ohio State does a great job of doing. They're always number 2 in the nation, or they're winning the Big Ten every year. So Ohio State has that down pat. And
finally, Robert, tell our Bucknuts listeners what to expect if Robert Washington, in a couple of years as an Ohio State Buckeye, what would the Buckeyes be getting besides a great running back? Just tell us what to expect if you were to become a Buckeye.
Well, the Buckeyes are getting a great person, because I'm genuinely going to be there for my team. I want to work hard as much as I can. I want to be a team player, and I want to contribute as much as possible for the Buckeyes winning a national championship. So best believe if you get me on the Buckeye stand, we're going to win. We're going to bring it all the way to the national championship. We're going to take it home, because I expect nothing less from a great program like Ohio State.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that if the Buckeyes and Urban Meyer do get Robert Washington, they're going to get not only a great football player, but certainly a great young man as well. And thanks, Robert, for being a guest today on our Bucknuts 101, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you as well.
That's very stout, and I am screaming loud and proud. I am Robert, I'm coming clear, I'm coming clear, I'm coming clear, everywhere. I am Robert, I'm coming clear, I'm coming clear, I'm coming clear, everywhere.